based upon what you talk about with all these marriages ending up in divorce and the malaise that we have and the pressure to make a relationship work, where do most people end up? Level two? On a level two marriage?
Well, naturally, they do end up in a level two marriage, and that's why we have the over 50% divorce rate. Because how do we meet most people? We meet our mates either through the office or someone introduced them to us or at the local bar. So what happens is we have limited choices, and oftentimes it's who we run into at that very moment. Now, online, we have millions of choices, so we no longer have to settle for these level two relationships. And what happens is most people confuse shared core values and shared areas of intimacy, which are the two things that make successful relationships, with shared interests. So if you work together and we like the same things, oh yeah, we'll get along. We have a lot in common. So shared interests do not make for a good relationship. And that's how most people end up with a level two relationship.
Okay, Socrates said many centuries ago, know thyself. Just one of those little things that I remember. Why is it so important to know yourself before starting to date?
Well, the problem is most people start to date just and don't even think about it. If they happen to run into someone and there's good enough chemistry and everything, it just sort of happens. So most people don't even know what's important to them in a mate. And so when you go to buy a car, for example, you know what you want. You know, let's say a black sports car, manual transmission, you have a whole list. But when you go dating, you don't even know what's important to you. And so that's a problem. And then the other thing is you don't know what your deal breakers are. So those are the things that you really need to know about yourself. So you need to become introspective and psychologically minded before you start dating.